Okay, so I am live. I don't know how to tell a lot of you out there who are theists, but I got some. I got what's going to appear to be bad news for a lot of you who know Jesus Christ or who claim He exists. Um, Bible thumping we know Matthew 4:19, Vacco, Brett Keane, Chi Dubs. Um, who else? JM Dot Nice. By the way, who would name their kid JM Doc Nice? Kendall, all of you theists out there, I got some really bad news for you. Today, after doing intense research, after having that discussion with the Boom and with, who else was there? I think it was the Boom and Robert Copeland, I have decided that there is observable evidence for macroevolution and that, that there is factual information to actually be an atheist. So, I don't know. I was laying in my bed and I was really thinking about this, and I was like, do I really believe any of the stuff that's really in the Bible? It was the last time I did a Bible study on my channel, and I can't remember. I can't remember the last time I opened up my Bible and did a Bible study on my channel. And I was on my knees praying yesterday, and I was like, you know, I don't even think I actually believe God is hearing me. I've been around people who have been smarter than me for a while now, and now I've come to the conclusion I don't think God exists. I think I'm an atheist because of it. Um, yeah. So, yeah, I kind of came to the conclusion that a lot of the stuff in the Bible isn't true. I don't believe that the flood is accurate. Um, I've been watching some videos and I've been comparing it to the Bible, and the scientific community is actually correct. You know, there is no real scientific evidence for a biblical flood. And it was kind of hard to come to that conclusion. I'm not going to let nobody in here because I don't feel like dealing with the wrath of the theists. But I do want to talk to those of you out there who are my atheist subscribers, and let you know what kind of made me think about these things. So, granted, I understood why how big the ark actually was and everything, and how many animals could actually fit. But it wasn't until um, I watched a couple of videos on YouTube that really pointed out that us Christians we believe in some stupid stuff. You know, there's no scientific evidence for any talking donkeys. There's no scientific evidence that Jesus Christ even existed. There's no scientific evidence that he walked on water. But there's a lot of scientific evidence that would suggest that he could have put something on his feet to cause them to float to trick people. So a lot of that. I forget what the material is called, but you can actually walk on the water if you put that material on your feet. And so, been hanging around Brett Keane. I've been hanging around Chi Dubs. I've been hanging around so many people for so long and just listening to the atheist community, and a lot of the things that the atheist community, was saying was making sense. And I think they get a raw deal out of what they say on YouTube. I think all of this started, I would say, when I went to the Drunken Peasant show and I really started listening to Ben and TJ. And I don't know. I just began to realize, like, I think Paul's ego and some of these guys are making some pretty good points. I mean, all my arguments at best, the only thing they did was prove that that Christians had a reason to believe. But I couldn't really show any real scientific evidence that God existed. Again, I'm not going to invite nobody in here today because I really don't want to deal with the wrath of theists. Who would have known all this time I was playing for the losing team? You know, a lot of this stuff in Bible prophecy, you know, that stuff's really vague. And I watched a couple of King Heathen's videos. I watched a couple of things the Amazing Atheist had to say. Um, Suzuki Doss made me want to ignore him, but it's a couple of other atheists who I don't even really remember their names. I watched one of Jacqueline Glenn's videos. Jacqueline Glenn, I think her name is. And a lot of the things that the atheist community was making, I mean, a lot of things that they were saying was making sense. So I really don't got no reason to believe that the Bible is a valid source of information anymore. Because every time I get into a conversation with an atheist regarding the Bible, I end up getting embarrassed on YouTube. So I don't see the sense of believing any of this stuff anymore. So I guess by that definition, that would make me an atheist, because I don't really believe that God can do the things that He said that He can do in the Bible. Nor do I see any scientific evidence that He actually exists. I'm not going to answer my Skype calls, so don't try to call me on Skype and try to talk to me, because I don't want to hear it. So please don't try to call me and tell me that I'm wrong. But yesterday I did a Google Hangout with the Boom and Robert Copeland, and we was talking about whether or not there was any observable evidence for evolution. And I realized they actually had good observable evidence, the things that they were talking about. And I think Pillbox didn't know what he was talking about. I think Pillbox was a moron. When I was listening to Boom and I was listening to Robert's evidence, I mean, their evidence was stronger than the evidence that I have. That they have stronger evidence for their argument for evolution than I do for my guy. Well, which was my guy. He's not my god no more. So don't laugh at me, guys. I got a new name. You are no longer to call me G-Man no more. I would prefer, and don't laugh at me when I tell you this, you can call me the Chocolate Atheist. You have Atheist Chef, that was taken already. You got the Quiet Atheist, the Careful Atheist. I think they even got the Religious Atheist, I think. So, yeah, you can call me the Chocolate Atheist from now on. Why? Because I look like chocolate. End of story. Let's not talk about that no more. So I guess my deconversion story is gonna start, I guess, from being on the Drunken Peasants, listening to what Ben and TJ had to say, reading all these comments, from all these intellectual atheists. I left so many intelligent comments on my channel, showing me and warning me about Brett Keane and Chi Dubs and so many people and whatnot. I like to thank all of you for caring enough about me to show me the truth that Christianity is a lie. And I greatly appreciate that. And I show my anger, I guess, in different ways. I'm kind of silly about it now, but I know in a couple of days I'm probably going to make a rant video in the church telling them, why are they spending so much time lying to people in their churches, telling people that God exists when He doesn't. I know a lot of you are probably, your jaw is like all the way down here. But the reality of the matter is this happens. Been around the atheist community for a while now. I've been listening to them. They always say I don't listen. I always got a tickle out of that when he used to say that to me. But I read my comments, and I have some good friends. I have Lee Lemon, who's a friend of mine. J.D. Weil is a friend of mine. Even J.D. Kane started making sense, and Captain Awesome's argument for his soup argument started to make sense. Answer prayer is stupid. God doesn't answer nobody's prayers. And I guess, the things that I thought was my prayers being answered must have been something psychological. I'm going to have to do a lot of research into this to see whether or not these things are true. So I would greatly appreciate it if no one calls me G-Man anymore. I would greatly appreciate it if people call me the Chocolate Atheist. And yeah, that would be greatly appreciated. And no, I don't want to talk to you, Bible Thumping Winner. I don't want to talk to Matthew 4:19. I don't want to talk to Galaxy. And then another person, and I don't want to talk to Veckel. Definitely don't want to talk to him. I don't want to talk to True Empiricism. I don't want to talk to none of those guys. I felt like I've been lied to, and I really don't want to be bothered with those guys. Okay. Another person I like to thank for helping me come to the light is Eve. Now, I don't know your last name, Eve. But it wasn't until you started pointing out the moral issues with God that showed me that it couldn't be possible. I mean, even Alex Barton was making good points now that I think about it, when he was saying that according to his attributes that it was impossible for God to exist. So um, yeah, people are starting to leave comments on my chat. I mean, on my Skype. But again, Eve was making very good points. Eve was talking about how um, she was talking about how it wasn't possible for God to be all these things and then to be immoral. I'm gonna have to do something about that video now. I'm gonna have to send her an apology. Brett Keane, I believe he used me. You know what I mean? I think he was using me to get views. And I didn't realize that until Nadia's channel was flagged. And I don't know if he did that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Brett King did it. I'm just saying that Nadia's channel was flagged, and and everybody kept warning me. So how do I know he didn't do it? He's one of my friends and whatnot. So anyway, in this particular video, I want to talk about a couple of things. Just want to let you guys know about my new decision about being an atheist. Okay. At least I think that's what I am. I mean, I probably should go look at these terms because I done got so many of these definitions wrong for so long. It's not even funny. I don't even know what to do with my channel now. I mean, I'll probably keep the old videos up so people can see what kind of a dimwit I was, when I put all those Christian videos up. But let me see what a lot of you are saying in the chat. Okay, hold on. I'm going to read the comments. I want to know. I want to see how shocked a lot of you sound. So just give me a moment. Oh, I appreciate the support, guys. I appreciate that. All right, cool. So, yeah, I'm definitely gonna go with the Chocolate Atheist. I think it's something funny, and I can actually do something with it in the future, I guess. But yeah. So I'm an atheist now, guys. You'll see my official first video tomorrow as an atheist, and I'll go into a little bit deeper. As a matter of fact, I like to show you the evidence via screen share on what changed my mind about evolution and macroevolution. So, spread the word, guys. There's a lot of people who are going to still think I'm a theist. Just let them know that I changed my mind. I joined the real winning team. That's the atheist community. And, there is no proof for God. So, guys, stop wasting your time praying. He doesn't exist.